Hi, welcome back, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April 15th. If you remember yesterday, we were talking about fairy tales, what makes a fairy tale, the characters and the setting and the plot, and we read Cinderella. So there's something I wanted to bring up to you. So I realized that I have, ooh, that's upside down. I realized that I have two Cinderella books at home. Do you notice anything about them? Do they look the same? No, they're different, right? So the thing with books and especially fairy tales is that different people write them. So it's the same story, but they write it in a slightly different way. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. The illustrations are different. And remember, who is the illustrator? The illustrator is the person that draws the pictures. So the illustrations are the pictures themselves. So the illustrations would be different. The words would be different. The general story is the same. So I just want you to know that they're called versions, okay? There are different versions of the same story. Very quickly, let's go over the characters again. Yesterday in Cinderella, first we met Cinderella, and she looked like this, right? And then we met her stepmother, who wasn't so nice. And then we met her two stepsisters, and they were not any nicer. And then we met her fairy godmother. And that's when things really started to turn around for Cinderella, right? What did she do? She made magic happen, right? And that's something that we talked about is very typical in fairy tales, is some kind of magic. And what did she do? She turned a pumpkin into a carriage so that Cinderella could get to the ball. She also turned the mice, her friends, Gus and Jacques, into horses so that they could carry the carriage, or pull the carriage rather. She also turned Cinderella into this Cinderella, right? Okay, now what was the importance? I told you to look for a few things in the story. One of them was the castle. Now this, remember, this is a place, right? The castle. So would this be a character? No. This is part of the setting. Remember, the setting is where and when a story takes place. I told you to look for the pumpkin and the carriage, and we just talked about that. And the mouse, there were two of them, right? Plural of mouses, mice. And the horse. Then there was an invitation. What was the significance of the invitation? Significance means why was it important? Well, that was the first time we saw in the story where Cinderella was treated the same as her stepsisters, because they said the invitation is for all of the women or the girls in town, all of them. So it was the first time that we saw, because of this invitation, that she was going to be treated equally, just like her stepsisters. And then what was the significance? Remember, significance means the importance. Why was the clock important? The clock was important because what did the fairy godmother say? She said, as soon as the clock strikes midnight, that means as soon as it turns 12 o'clock midnight, she was going to turn back from this Cinderella into her old rags. So she ran away. She took off because she didn't want the prince to see her, right? But he was persistent. That means he didn't give up. He didn't quit. He was persistent, and he found her, right? And he found her because of the glass slipper. Okay, so those were all the details that I told you to look for. Details are little important pieces of a story. Now, today we have a new sight word. However, let's go over the letter of the week first. Can't forget the letter of the week. Okay, what is the letter of the week? The letter of the week is Q. You see it back there over my shoulder? Q. Q. And what is Q always followed by? Q is always followed by U. And what sound does it make? Okay, so why don't we spell out a few words? Yesterday, we spelled out queen. Who remembers how to spell queen? We already have the qu. Now we need E. E. What do you think? The long E sound can be made simply by using an E, or in this case, two of them. Queen. What makes the N sound? N. Here we have queen, queen. Okay, let's see what other words we can make. Let's take away the E's and the N. How about, what sound does I make? The short sound of I is I, I. So we have quit, 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 right? Quit. The prince never quit on finding Cinderella. He was persistent. Now, what if, let's move the T over. We're going to put another letter in there. We're going to put an L in here. Now what do we have? Let's sound it out. We have quit. What sound does L make? Quill, quilt, quilt. Now we have quilt. Who remembers what a quilt is? A quilt is like a blanket that you put over your bed, like a bedspread or a comforter. Okay, let's do one more Q word. So remember, we have QU is qu, qu, and I sounds like I. So we have qui, qui. And what sound does C make? Quick, quick, quick. Now, when we have CK at the end of a word, the C and the K, they both sound like k, k, right? So together they also sound like k. So we have quick, quick, quick. And what does quick mean? Quick means fast, fast. Okay, excellent. Now, who remembers last week's sight word? M-Y spells my, my. Great. Now, let's take the Y away, and we are going to replace it with an E. This is our new sight word of the week, and it is me, me, me. Okay, so when we have a Y here, we have my. Like this is my board. But when we change the Y and we add an E, we get me. Like, do you see me? Me. Okay, so now we are going to go over our sight words. And I realize that we have a lot of sight words now. So we are not going to do every single one every single day, but we will do a lot of them. Okay, so let's start with today's new word. We have me. This is one that you maybe haven't seen for a while, but everybody used to get this in class. Remember this one? Funny, funny. It. My. Remember, you should be saying these before I say them, I hope. See. Up. Look. I don't know if we've done this one so far online. Remember, I used to tell you in class, you see the two O's in the middle? The two O's, remember, you do this. Look, look. Look. Do you see me? Right? Look. All right. 2, you, in, big, for, and the. Okay, back with our sentence. So, here we go. Let's read this together. You see me in the big bus. Okay, let's do that again. You see me in the big bus. Great. I hope some of you are reading these sentences out there. I'm going to do another one. Hold on just a minute. Okay, here we are back with another sentence. So let's go. Look up here to see me. Look up here to see me. Look up here to see me. Hi. Okay, let's do one last one. Okay, here's our third sentence today. So here we go. It is funny to me. One more time. It is funny to me. Great job. So it's amazing how many sentences you can read knowing the sight words that you know. And if you're having a hard time with them, just keep practicing. That's all it takes. Practice and practice and practice. And then all of a sudden you'll say, wow, I remember when that was hard. And now I've got it. All right. Great job, everybody, with your sentences. So don't forget your sight word, me. And we are going to read a special book today called Made for Me that goes along perfectly with our new sight word, okay? So join me back here for story time. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.